Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Queen Drea. So I'm down for the evening, right? It was hella hot today. Oh my gosh. And so I'm drained. I am so drained. So I turned in early. I'm on the couch in chill mode. I'm in summer party mode. I got the air hella low and got it freezing in here. I'm wrapped up in a big ass blanket on the couch chilling, sitting back relaxing. I'm sipping on me some spiked sparkling water, raspberry flavored. And I got me some snacks and stuff. And I was like, I still want to give my vintage fans something. So we're going to do a couple interviews and things like that. So you can't see me, but you can still hear me. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah. So we're going to kick this evening off with Priscilla Presley. I have not done anything on Priscilla, y'all. So this is new territory for me. This is new territory for me. But anyway, let's check out this interview with Barbara Walters, 1985, Priscilla Presley.
You were 14 years old. Elvis was 24, right? How did your parents allow a 14-year-old teenager baby to be with this then superstar of... It was not easy on my parents. First of all, it was just an innocent meeting. And of course, I was excited and I was reluctant because I didn't think they'd ever let me go. But it was just a one-time opportunity. That's all they thought it would be. I never expected him to ask me back. They never expected him to ask me back. But Elvis did ask you back, and you saw him again and again. And you would get home very late at night and be exhausted the next day when you had to go to school. And your parents let you go again and again. When you're in love, it's hard to fight. And I was rebellious somewhat, meaning
Y'all, now, y'all know Queen Drea, and y'all know I got to keep it 100. She sound hella... Mm, yeah. It just like her whole persona just makes me wonder, like, ulterior motive.
I didn't want to go to school, or I said I wouldn't go to school. Please let me, he'd be out of my life after 6 months, and, don't ruin my life because I really cared. And he came to the house, and he was charming. He was wonderful, and my family had a lot of faith in him. What was Elvis Presley like then? He was insecure. He was, you could talk to him as a person. You knew who he was. You knew his fears. He had, God, he was so vulnerable. He was gentle. He was fun. He was a person you could really deal with. Were you mad about him? I was, but our relationship it's very different. It was a very protective relationship from the very beginning. I don't know what it was about him, but he kind of took me under his arm and nourished me in many ways. You write in your book, you're 14. Elvis would take me into his bedroom, and then we would kiss long, deep, passionate kisses, and his caresses would leave me weak with desire. Yes, that's true. Yet he never tried to go further than kissing you. No. No, he didn't. There was an agreement, I guess, he made with himself that the woman that he decided to take for his wife, he was going to keep her that way until he married her. Keep her a virgin no matter what. Right. Even then, in Germany, when you had trouble getting up for classes, Elvis gave you Dexedrine. First time you'd seen pills. I didn't know what was going on as far as, pills or what they were, sleeping pills. I mean, he gave them to me to be helpful, to say, look, if it's really getting really bad and you're not doing well, take a couple of these. But he was very cautious about them, and he said, don't take them a lot, and just take them if you really need them. What do you think attracted a 24-year-old star to a 14-year-old inexperienced? Or am I telling you just as I say that? Is that what attracted him to you? The inexperience, yes. I think Elvis had been around Hollywood already. He had already seen Hollywood, quote-unquote, starlets. So I think in his own mind, he thought, well, I'll just be with someone and teach her as it comes. And I don't think a
Sorry,
lot
y'all.
of older women would have put up with a lot of the things that went on. I mean, because
All right, so I'm a little confused. I was so unaware that Priscilla was 14 years old when she and Elvis Presley were an item. I'm a little taken aback. I didn't realize that she was 14. I missed that tidbit of information, so I'm a little, yeah, I'm thrilled by that. Yeah, that's all I can say.
when you're young, you kind of, I listened to him and did what he said. What woman around his age, let's say 24 or 25, would want to go out with a lot of guys when they went out?
He was almost always with an entourage.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Elvis went back to America, was released from the service. You stayed in Germany. When you were 15, he says, come live with me in Memphis. And your parents said, okay.
In my parents' defense, they were going through it. They were having a hard time with this, but I was in love. And they were caught between, well, if we don't let her go, she'll sneak off and do it, or she'll catch a plane and go. My mother would cry and go, I don't know what to do. And I feel badly because they did go through a lot.
Looking back, do you think your parents should have let you go to Memphis?
Yes.
Why?
Why? Because, who knows? I maybe wouldn't have been married and had the child I have. I don't think they made a mistake.
Did Elvis mention marriage when you first moved to Memphis?
He was reluctant in mentioning marriage. Very little.
When Elvis wanted entertainment, he would rent a whole movie theater or rent a playground or fly across the country for a peanut butter sandwich. What's this like for you as a kid?
It was a slow involvement. He didn't do it all at once. Things just started happening, and then it was a part of my life. If you want something, you get a plane to go get it. If you want to do something, you make arrangements, and you call across the country, and it just happens. I didn't do it myself, but you had people taking care of everything for you. I did nothing. Everything was taken care of.
And during the day, you got up and went to high school. Came home in the afternoon. You said sometimes you'd crawl into bed with Elvis at 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and he was just getting up and didn't even know you were gone.
Mm-hmm. I worked that out.
And then you stayed up most of the night?
Yeah.
And took pills to go to sleep?
I had to, because we got home so early in the morning. He would sleep until 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and then he'd get his sleep. So I'd be lucky if I got another half hour in. And I had to make it work. I had to do it. I mean, with a fear of a young girl fearing that if I didn't do it, maybe someone would take my place. I would always have that fear, well, if I don't do this, someone's going to do it, and I wanted to be the one.
At one point, you said in the early...
So how do y'all feel about this whole relationship thing? Like, as his fans, like, what is your take on it? Because just watching this interview, I'm new, not really knowing much, not everything there is to know about him. You guys do know. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to view this whole situation, like with him and her. I mean, it didn't even matter at this point. But I just want to know how you guys felt about it. Did y'all feel some type of way about, him being with such a young girl? Was it even a thing back then? Like, was it like against the law or something back then? I don't know. I'm just kind of curious about it.
stages of your living there, that he gave you 2 pills. Placido, was it called?
Yes.
And you almost died. And
Well,
he didn't call a doctor.
Well, I think the fact that I had never taken pills and he had given me 2, because he was used to taking 2, it didn't bother him. And he gave them to me. And I was knocked out for about 2 days.
Once, Elvis took you to a morgue.
Yes, he did.
Why? Why that fascination with
I don't
dead
know.
bodies?
I don't know what the fascination was. This is not the first time that he had done this. I don't know if it was for the shock value, to see how people would react, or just for his own thrill of it.
You wrote, there were times when you and Elvis spent days in the bedroom. Freezing bedroom, he liked it very cold. The windows with blackout drapes, so no sunlight entered, day after day.
Y'all, that's how I am right now. I got the blackout curtains in full effect. I'm sitting in the dark. Only light I got is from the TV being on a black screen, and my phone. And it's the most serene, relaxing feel ever. I got it freezing cold in here, just like Elvis liked it in his room. That's how I got it right now. I'm watching this Priscilla lady. And, it's crazy because she was young, but you could tell that she was in love. I mean, look at Elvis. He was a good looking man. He had a great personality. Like, yeah, so damn right. Whatever Elvis wanted, Elvis was going to get. I don't know if that makes it right or wrong, but it is what it is. It was what it was. Ain't no shit. I mean, do what about it now? Nothing. But, yeah, I'm enjoying this, though. I'm enjoying this.
It went into weeks. Yes, we stayed like that. We had our food delivered by the door, and um, it was cold. I mean, he did like it cold, and it was dark, and it could get real lonely. And that's how he liked it at times, like a cocoon, almost like a womb, I guess, just enclosed. It's his way of getting away.
And then every night to go to sleep, he takes some pills.
You have to. I mean, he would, he had a fear of insomnia, first of all. And when he woke up, he had a horrible fear he could never get back to sleep again. And it was real.
So every night he took the pills, and he gave them to you, too?
Yes.
And they became normal?
Mm-hmm.
So this is this bizarre life of being able to have or buy anything you want. Lonely.
I wonder in my mind if that dark place came from the loss of his mother. You know what I mean? Like, I know people say, when mothers have sons, it's like a different type of love or bond or whatever. I don't have sons, so I wouldn't know. But I just wonder, because I just wonder where it stemmed from you to have come born in Tupelo, Mississippi, poor to get where you got. Like, no money don't buy happiness, but it should have made you feel a lot better that you were able to take care of your mom and all that stuff. So I just wonder where that gloominess came from.
Days of being alone with him in darkened rooms, pills, and you loved him.
Yeah,
Was
she
he good
loved
to you?
him.
Very.
Was he also bad to you?
When you say bad to me, I don't think it wasn't bad to me in a way that, intentional bad. Elvis went through an awful lot, and I think the communication that we had was very difficult and different. Elvis's way of dealing with problems were not confronting the problems, and if there was a problem, he would buy, or to make it all right and go right for you, make it better, he'd buy you a gift.
He would leave you. He would go off to make pictures. He would go off to Las Vegas. And you heard about other women.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you feel? What'd you do about it?
I felt horrible. It was almost a part of, it was the fear that I had too. I didn't want him to leave my sight. I wanted to be with him because if I left him again, that fear always came in. I'm going to lose him.
You wrote in your book that one of your greatest worries was about his co-star, Anne Margaret.
Yes, that's true.
I can understand. Hey, let me pause you right there. We all can understand why she felt some type of way about Anne Margaret. Sister Girl was, and then watching them on stage, that attraction between the two of them is there. Like, there's no denying that. And she's a foxy one, and she got dance moves. So yeah, I can understand you feel threatened by her. That's a good person to feel threatened by. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you had them, baby. You had them. You got to work.
If I confronted him, he'd deny it.
Or get mad.
Well, that's usually what happens when you're caught.
So you live with that.
Yes.
You wrote, Elvis controlled your looks, your clothes, your hair, your makeup. He controlled you totally. Is that accurate?
I was definitely under a spell of what I thought was love. And I had to take responsibility for that too.
But you were 16, 17 years old.
But what did I know? I knew nothing else. I had nothing else. I had no experience, not even in life, but with other people.
And even though he wanted you virginal and pure, he dressed you sequin, shiny material, low cut, slit up the side. Why?
I think maybe It was his way of showing sophistication. Maybe, maybe making me appear older. I don't know. There's some kind of an appeal that men like with a trashy kind of look. Maybe he liked that.
That's what turned him on. 6 years you lived there before he decided to marry you. In those 6 years of sleeping with him every night, he never had intercourse with you. You wrote in your book that there were times when you begged him. I even wrote it down. You said, I'm a woman who needs to make love to feel desired by her man. Please don't make me beg. 6 years of...
Wow.
So why?
This is some interesting stuff, y'all. This really is very interesting. Like, I'm gonna have to go and do some deep research.
Well, again, I can only go back to what his concept was as what he wanted in a woman. And somewhere he, along in his past, he said that he wanted a virgin.
Yet, you also write that you and Elvis took dozens and dozens of Polaroid pictures acting out your fantasies. All different kinds of fantasies. You learned to turn him on sexually even though you never had intercourse. You did say that. Under no circumstances were his ideas or playfulness ever perverted.
No.
Do you feel the same way today now that you're older and you look back?
No, I can't say it's a perversion. I really can't say that. I mean, nothing was harmful. Nothing was done in bad intent. Nothing was done, that I don't think is unusual.
And then you'd have these wonderful, passionate, frustrating weeks, and then he'd go away.
Mm-hmm. And then he'd go away.
Finally, after 6 years, he asked you to marry him. How come? What happened?
I think the pressure was on somewhat, too. We've been together for 6 years. The relationship is going well. The suggestion, I think, came from Colonel Parker. Either, maybe you should either get married or go on. If you're not going to get married, then what are you doing?
What did you think of Colonel Parker, who really ran all of his professional life?
I didn't know Colonel Parker that well. Actually, he stayed out of our personal life. I saw him occasionally.
Do you think he was good? Do you think Colonel Parker was good for Elvis's business?
Hell
Well, I
no.
think the two of them made the ultimate in a business relationship.
What the hell? Wait a minute.
You say-
Wait a minute. Did she just say what I think she said? She couldn't have. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I'm finna back that shit up because I didn't hear that right. Let me back it up. I don't think I heard Priscilla right. Now let me go.
You said, I'm a woman who needs to make love to feel desired by her man. Please don't make me beg.
Please don't
6
make me
years?
beg.
Priscilla, why?
Priscilla about to make me upset.
Again, I can only go back to what his concept was as what he wanted in a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And
You was gonna deliver.
he,
Because you wasn't gonna lose your place, nigga.
in his past, he said that he wanted a virgin.
Yet, you also write that you and Elvis took dozens and dozens of Polaroid pictures acting out your fantasies. All different kinds of fantasies. You learned to turn him on sexually even though you never had intercourse. You did say that. Under no circumstances were his ideas or playfulness ever perverted.
No.
Do you feel the same way today now that you're older and you look back?
No, I can't say it's a perversion. I really can't say that. I mean, nothing was harmful. Nothing was done in bad intent.
No,
Nothing was
that
done,
man told you what it was. You agreed, and that's why you was
I
there.
don't think it's unusual.
And then you'd have these wonderful, passionate, frustrating weeks, and then he'd go away.
Mm-hmm. And then he'd go away.
Finally, after 6 years, he asked you to marry him.
This part, y'all.
How come? What happened?
I think the pressure was on somewhat, too. We've been together for 6 years. The relationship is going well. The suggestion, I think, came from Colonel Parker. Either, maybe you should either get married or go
Yeah.
on. If you're not going to get married, then what are you
Take
doing?
a shit or get off the
What
pot.
did you think of Colonel Parker, who really ran all of his professional life?
I didn't know Colonel Parker that well. actually stayed out of our personal life. I saw him occasionally.
Do you think he was good? Do you think Colonel Parker was good for Elvis's business?
Well, I think the two of them made the ultimate in a business relationship.
You do say, though, that Colonel Parker kept Elvis making the same mediocre films year after year and wouldn't let him...
Y'all, she really just sat up there and said that they had a good business. Wait a minute. We all know Colonel Parker ain't shit, so how is it that she can even say that they were good together in any form of a sentence, statement, comment, I don't give a what? Why? How? What did I miss? Because Colonel Parker was not good for him business-wise, like, at all. Yeah, thank you for discovering him and getting him on, but come on. Come on. Now, I'm upset.
...expand and wouldn't let him grow or change.
Yeah, but then again, I also said that Elvis could have changed that probably if he had had more of a confront with Colonel Parker and they sat down and had meetings and they discussed it. Then Elvis let Colonel, know what exactly he wanted to do and demanded it.
Elvis Presley and Barbra Streisand crossed paths.
Right.
But he didn't demand his money to be changed? Like, that 50%, he didn't demand that to be something?
Barbra Streisand asked him to be her co-star in A Star Is Born.
Right.
He turned it down.
Yes, he did.
Would it have changed his life, do you think, if he had, in the film?
Personally, yes, I think it would have. I think it would have been a boost to his career, something he needed.
You said that you realized that your relationship with Elvis depended very much on how his career was going.
That's true. He would just have low points, and when he had low points, there was nothing that could get him out of it. And I feel that's another reason why Elvis felt the help that he had, with some of the pills would get him out of that. I mean, he went through a lot. He went through an awful lot. A lot was expected of him. A lot of demands were put on him. He didn't know how to deal with it any other way. He really didn't. And he wasn't doing it, he really thought he had it under control.
How did you get yourself to stop taking all the pills?
Because I didn't like the feeling of not being in control. It scared me. Because I was doing things that I wouldn't normally do. Things became exaggerated. Things were much bigger. Problems became much more of a problem. I just didn't like what was happening to me. Plus, the two of us taking it, we were like, two different people with each other. And one of us had to be in control.
And you knew that even then?
I knew that then.
What about his temper? We hear a lot about that temper.
Yes, he did have a temper. He did. It was unpredictable. It's funny now when you think about it, because his temper was always, I think, bursts of either it's frustration, but I think because he had the power and the money.
Y'all, it just makes me still so sad for him to know that he was struggling mentally. That's why I say he had to have known Colonel was kind of like taking advantage of him and all this, things that people around him using him and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, that had to have been playing on his mind mentally. And, of course, you can't stop because now you've grown accustomed to this lifestyle. You got your mom, or I don't know if he still had his mom then. But you know what I'm saying? You got things that you have to take care of. And then you got the pressure of trying to do that. And you have your people that you have to make sure they're okay because they got families. Like, and then him being young. Like, I can imagine the type of pressure that he was under mentally. I really can. And it's still kind of sad, though, to be around that many people and nobody for real know you enough to you know what I'm saying, do something about what you had going on mentally, other than you thinking that the pills, was the way out.
To destroy, he could just replace it like that.
I mean, if Elvis didn't like a performer on television, he would go bang, bang, and shoot the television set. Then it would be all gone.
Yeah, he'd just blow them off the air. That's simple. Television was placed like that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Before you turned around, there'd be a new set. But he carried guns all the time.
Yes, he did. He had a love of guns, and he had a collection of guns, and I guess it's
That's some
another way of
sexy
doing
shit.
that power.
Sometimes when he was irrational, he did hurt you. He once gave you a black eye. He once threw a chair at you. You didn't like something he sang,
No.
and he threw a chair at you.
And then it had records on it, and the records went all over the place.
Priscilla, will you tell me what was so wonderful about him?
The real him, the real Elvis, was generous, wonderful, sensitive, considerate.
Finally comes that happy day when you get married in 1967. And then 9 months later, your baby was born.
Yes.
You think the baby was conceived in your wedding?
I would say so.
And here you have this beautiful baby. And now you find, as you write, now you find that your husband doesn't want to go to bed with you.
Yes. Elvis had a hard time dealing with mother and the little girl that I was to him. And I didn't know it then, but that's how I found out and realized in later years that he was a father to me. He was my mentor. To show any kind of vulnerability or insecurity to me was not macho. Was not something that he felt I should see. So our communication was horrible. It was terrible. I mean, today, I would probably be able to communicate with him much more. I would, know how to deal with it. I didn't know how to deal with it then.
Priscilla, in your book, there's a quotation from your own diary in which you wrote, I quote, "I wore a black negligee, laid as close to Elvis as I could. I kissed his hand, then each finger, then his neck, then his face. But I waited too long. His sleeping pills had taken effect. Another lonely night." That's how it ends. How could you stand that?
I didn't, actually. I didn't. There weren't too many more nights that I could take. You can just be so much to someone. I was everything to him. I loved him. I love him today. I couldn't help it. He was a wonderful person. But there's times that you have to think of yourself. And I didn't want to go along with the program anymore. And we all have to take responsibility for ourselves. And that's when it hit me. I had to take responsibility for my own self. I couldn't be a life support.
And one day you went in and said, "I'm leaving." There was another man in your life then.
Mm-hmm.
He was your karate teacher,
Right.
Mike Stone.
Mm-hmm.
And you went off then and lived with him.
Yeah.
It was said that Elvis tried to kill him or wanted him killed.
Right.
Do you believe that?
I think at that time, yes, he did. He wanted that to happen.
Did he do anything about it?
No. A lot of it was talk, anger, talking out of emotion.
And both of you changed. How did you change?
I wasn't living in the real world. I was living in a bubble. And I found that I had my own taste. I had things that I liked that weren't Elvis's. I found Priscilla.
Now you're an actress, a successful actress. Is it wonderful to be known when people see you as Jenna Wade and not as Elvis Presley's wife?
It's different. There were times I did not even feel like a person. Elvis was always the concerned person. He was first and foremost. No one cared about you. No one cared about your feelings, what you're going through, your sensitivities. That was never there. And then now I feel like I'm a person, and I feel like I'm accepted somewhat.
And Elvis changed. I remember those pictures of Elvis in those last years, that fat, bloated man. What did you think happened to him?
We talked a lot.
Did she call him fat and bloated? Now, Barbara better watch her mouth now. Talk about Elvis like that. Now, so what? Hell. Y'all, this is deep. It's so much I've been wanting to say, but I have held back a lot because it's just so much. It's just so much. I just feel so many different ways about this thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not judgmental at all. It's not my thing. It ain't my business. I'm just listening because I just want to know from her point of view what it was like, being with Elvis. Can't nobody say nothing about him really being with a 14-year-old. If it was allowed, then what is there to say? If it was, an issue, if there was going to be something said about it, it should have been nipped in the bud way back when. It should have never been allowed. Period. Point blank. End of discussion. Ain't no sense crying over no spilled milk. Period. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's wrap this up.
After we broke up, in fact, we had become very close. And again, the insecurity set in, age set in. He had a horrible fear of approaching 40. It was coming very rapidly. He wasn't satisfied, wasn't happy with where his career was. And it was difficult to be around.
to see it. One of the major questions.
Bump all that what she talking about. Of course it's hard, but where is the concern, the understanding? And that's what happens when you don't take people serious. Like, see how she kind of like brushing off the fact that, he wasn't where he was with his career. To us or to her, it probably just seemed like, okay, but you still made it or whatever. But to him, it's like, no, I know my worth. I know my value. I should be this much further along. And then to realize that Colonel is basically using you and all of that stuff, y'all, I can only imagine. And him being prideful, I'm sure it must have been hard for him not to go and try and talk to somebody about what he had going on. You know what I mean? It's just really sad. It's just really sad. It really is.
Has been asked, did he die from drugs? It probably took its toll. I think that matched with his weight, stress. The last few years he didn't take care of himself. And despite what has been said, people did try to get him to take care of himself and to go into the hospital, but he honestly thought he had it under control. He did not think, he was that bad. The fact that even with all of the things about him that are very...
The biggest point I can make at this point is, no matter how great of a man we think Elvis was, what I'm saying, no matter what pedestal we put him on or how many records and all that stuff, none of that stuff matters until you first realize that he's first human. And people forget that. That's why, when you get to hearing all these different things and everybody got so much to say and they want to talk negative and talk down and whoop de whoop de wop and all that stuff, like, that's a human being. Yes, he's Elvis. Yes, we love him. Yes, he's great. He's all, I mean, you can't take that away from him. The man was talented, good looking, all that stuff. You can't take that away from him, but he is also freaking human. Period.
Disturbing when you read about it today. And as I talk to you, we brought out a lot of information that's painful. Mm-hmm. And yet you still do love him. You still do think well of him. I do. I never not loved him. For me to leave was the biggest decision in my life. Nobody's perfect. He was a human being, and that's the aspect I'm trying to show. That's all. That was the intent of the whole book, is to show a love story. A man, a human, not the performer, not the image, not the idol. Do you still love him? Absolutely. How would you want Elvis to be remembered? I think, the early years. I look at that and I think that's all this. He was having fun. You can see it in his films.
I agree.
He was a very humble man, a great sense of humor. And his biggest joy was being on stage.
That was cool. I enjoyed that. I really did. I enjoyed that. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about that. I mean, there's a point on there where I could tell she actually did, love him, but it was too much. She wasn't ready. You young, and you thinking you gonna get this love story fairy tale, which you got part of it, but it also comes with a whole lot of other things. Marriage and all that stuff is hard work. It takes a lot, and being that young and living that wild life and all that stuff catches up, and then you're not mentally mature to be able to handle certain things when you're dealing with a man with things going on such as Elvis had. It can become a lot. You can bite off more than you can chew. But anyway, I'd like Ann Margaret better anyway. Shh. But like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this. Put those comments down there in the box. I love to read those. I'm out.